This is the Fredericksburg Neighbors Podcast, the place where local businesses and neighbors come together. Here's your host, Dory Stewart.
Welcome back to another episode of the FXBG Neighbors Podcast, where we share the stories of our favorite local brands. I have a special guest joining me today. We've got Rich Brown joining us, and he is with Honor Bound Fit. Rich, welcome to the podcast.
I appreciate you having me. Thank you.
Well, I'm excited for this to learn all about you and all about what's going on with Honor Bound Fit. So let's start there. What is Honor Bound Fit?
So Honor Bound Fit is a project. You've met Keith, and it was his dream to open his own gym. He started as a CrossFit certified coach when he was working for another CrossFit gym in the area. And he always dreamed of opening his own gym one day, and was doing contracting overseas, and started a family and all that. And life took a different path. He ended up going through a divorce, and he was spinning his wheels a little bit. And if I know anything, it's that we all need purpose, and we need a tribe around us, right? And so when I saw him kind of spinning his wheels, I said, "When are we going to start your gym, bro?" And so we started Honor Bound Fit in the parking lot of Black Rifle Coffee on Memorial Day in 2024. And it's been off to the races ever since. We moved into our place on Centreport Parkway, and it's functional fitness. It looks a lot like CrossFit. We use the same kind of gear. We do similar workouts. The biggest difference between us and CrossFit is the intention, right? It's the goal we're working towards, because CrossFit is really good at making elite athletes, and that's their whole mission, right? Is to make elite athletes. Our mission is a little different. We want to create great grandparents that can roll around on the grass with their great grandchildren and live a great life. So we're not doing as much of the overhead press. We're not doing walking handstands. We're not doing the stuff that, CrossFit's great. It has less injuries than running. The problem is the injuries are much more catastrophic. And so if you hurt yourself doing CrossFit, you're probably going to have surgery, right? And so we're trying to find that sweet spot in the middle where we're having less injuries. And when you do have injuries, it's like a lost toenail or, sprained ankle that you can recover from real quick.
Gotcha. Well, so you're coming up on your 2-year anniversary. Congratulations.
We are.
That's
Most
exciting.
gyms, 93% of gyms fail in their first year.
Really
And we've almost made it to year number 2 now. So I'm very fortunate.
amazing. I hope you have a big celebration.
Oh, we will.
Nice. I want my invite.
You are cordially invited, and I'll send you an invite just
Amazing.
for you.
I love it. Well, I want to learn more about you. What's your background?
Okay, so I grew up in the Pacific Northwest in Oregon and Montana. My mother giving me a copy of Rich Dad Poor Dad, so I thought I wanted to be a business owner in middle school. And then a bunch of assholes, sorry, pardon my language, flew airplanes into the World Trade Center. And so my life took a big change, and I ended up in the Marine Corps. I left for boot camp 4 days after high school graduation. Did Iraq and Afghanistan with 2nd Battalion, 3rd Marines as a 0351 assaultman, like regular infantry, but I got to play with rockets and explosives. And I got stationed here at Quantico in 2007, and I was stationed at Quantico teaching student lieutenants for 4.5 years. I was diagnosed with brain damage and told that I would not be able to re-enlist. And so I started looking back, having ideas about entrepreneurship again. And I started my first security company in 2010. And so by trade, I'm a bodyguard. I run Leftwich Global Protective Services, and we do executive protection throughout this region, work with a lot of politicians and a lot of people who go to see politicians.
Wow. Very impressive. And
I appreciate
now
that.
it has led you to meeting Keith. And is this are you full-time running the gym, or are you still doing some other?
Oh, what is full-time?
Well,
So
I
I
don't know.
still
That's
run
a
my
crazy
executive
question,
protection
right?
business. Yeah,
Mhm.
so I'm still in private security. I still
Okay.
run an executive protection business. Keith calls me business daddy. I run the back end business at Honor Bound Fit. And
Okay.
Honor Bound Fit recently gave birth to the Guidon Foundation, our nonprofit, and I'm the
Mm.
president there as well. So I wear a lot of hats.
Amazing. And I understand that you have an event coming up on March 21st called Ruck with Pups. Tell me, what is this?
Yes. Yes, on my 40th birthday, we're going to go play with a bunch of puppies, right? So we believe that you should use your fitness for function, right? You should try to use your fitness to either live a great life or live a great life in the service of others, hopefully. And so we have events like Ruck Hunger and now Ruck with Pups. And so on March 21st, we're going to meet at Pratt Park, and we're linking up with Old Dominion Humane Society and SFC Squishy Faces, which is another sort of Humane Society-esque organization. And they're going to bring us a bunch of dogs that need to get out of kennels and go for a walk. And so rucking, I don't know if you're familiar, but it's walking with weight in the backpack on purpose, right? It's a great way to get into zone 2 cardio. It's better for your overall health than running and some of these other athletic events. And so we lean pretty heavy into it. We've been trying to introduce this region to rucking. And so we started with Ruck Hunger 2 years ago, which is our food bank ruck. You know, so like any other food drive, we want you to bring food to donate to the Fredericksburg Food Bank. Difference is we're going to make you put it in a backpack and carry it 3 miles to donate it. In this case, we put together teams of 10, or you put together a team of 10, gather all your food. You meet us at 511 Tactical in Central Park. And then we've got a 3-mile course for you. And you can do that course as many times as you want, because the team of 10 that donates the most pounds of food in that 12-hour window wins $1,000 and a trophy and bragging rights and all the things. Now we're doing Ruck with Pups. This is our first Ruck with Pups. Instead of doing regular food, we're doing dog food. And so we're encouraging people to bring dog food in your backpack. And then at the end of the Ruck, we'll donate it to Old Dominion Humane Society.
Amazing. And so do you have to be part of your gym, or is this something anyone can join?
Open to anybody and everybody. In fact, I think most of the people registered right now aren't gym members. We've got about 40 people signed up. Now our gym members are going to show up too, but they're not as
Mhm.
great at signing up and telling us that they're coming first. So we're just supposed to assume they're coming.
Amazing. And so I'm new to learning about wrecking. So is this something that all fitness levels can participate in, or is this for the people who
Yes.
are really tough?
So the way we do it is we do it a 3-mile-an-hour pace. It's a walk, right? We're not
Mhm,
running. It's not even a trot like the Army does. It's a walk. It's 3 miles an hour. You probably walk that fast when you're walking with a purpose. You're not,
mhm,
you're not Oprah walking, but you're trying to get somewhere with a purpose,
mhm,
right? That's
mhm,
about 3 miles an hour. And so uh, you can scale it by adding more weight to your backpack to keep up with that 3 miles an hour, right? So if you want to get more out of it, just carry more weight in the backpack. Now, throughout the year, we work up to Guidon 22, which is 22 miles with 22 pounds. It was November
mm.
22nd. This year will be November 21st, because it will always be the Saturday before Thanksgiving. But that's for veteran and first responder suicide prevention. And it's a big deal to us. It's our kind of capstone of the year. But we work up to that throughout the year. So we'll have Ruck with Pups and Ruck Hunger, which are both 3 miles long. And then we start adding a little bit of distance, right? So we'll go 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, up to 22 miles in November.
Okay, interesting. And you mentioned Ruck Hunger. That's April 11th, is that right?
That's correct.
And tell me all about that one.
Yeah, so I pretty much gave it to you already.
Hmm.
It's a free event. You just need to bring food that you want to donate.
Okay.
And we start at 6 a.m. at 511 Tactical. You don't have to show up at 6 a.m. You can show up at whatever time you want from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. But
Hmm.
the idea is to carry as much weight as you can over that 12-hour period to donate to the Fredericksburg Food Bank. I'm really kind of humbled by the fact that we told the food bank what we wanted to do, and they were supportive. Like, yeah, cool. We'll give you a van and you can gather the food and it'll be great, right?
Hmm.
And then they showed up to collect the van at the end of the event, and they were very surprised and very impressed, because they said nobody ever gets this much food their first event, right?
Yeah.
So it's simple. We just make people compete with each other. That's the idea behind the cash prize and the trophy and all that, is you make it
Hmm.
competitive, and certain people tune into that, right? So the
Hmm.
first year was a YouTube channel called Kingdom Tactical. They won it. And then the next year was the Army National Guard put together a team. The local combat engineers over there on Route 3, they put together a team and they won it last year.
Amazing. Well, I absolutely love what you're doing. You're not just a gym, but you are giving back to the community and you're giving people purpose. And so I just absolutely love what you're doing. Thank you for providing
Can
this
I
for our
can I
community.
argue with you? Can I put a little spin on that? Because I
Yes,
love to
please do.
kind of talk crap to people in my own
Oh,
way, right?
okay.
Is we
Bring it
we
on.
are just a we are just a gym. We are a small gym here on
Hmm.
Centreport Parkway by the Amazon Distribution Center. We have
Hmm.
less than 30 full-time paying members. We've yet to turn a profit. Keith and I still take money out of our own pocket every month to pay the rent for the gym.
Mm.
And yet we've we've gathered over 5,000 pounds of food for the food bank. We've donated over $5,000 to the various veteran charities that we support and stuff like that. And so if us, a little small, local veteran-owned gym, can do this for the community, where's Gold's Gym? Where's Planet Fitness? Where's these other huge gyms in the area or other organizations? Like, what's stopping you from doing this kind of thing?
Yeah. Yeah.
We
Very
can do it. Anybody
valid
can do it.
point.
Where's a couple of dumb grunts that taught officers?
Well, you have a very good point, and I feel like that is a challenge that I hope is received by others.
Me too.
Mm-hmm. So, what is something that you wish the listeners knew about Honor Bound Fit?
Well, like I said earlier, we gave birth to the Guidon Foundation earlier this year, and you want to talk about just a little gym. The Guidon Foundation is now responsible for Ruck Hunger and Ruck with Pups and Guidon 22, but we're doing other things as well. So we're starting a mentorship program to pair up first responders, veterans, et cetera, with kind of at-risk youth in the local high school systems. Kids who haven't figured out what their purpose is yet, and trying to encourage them to find some type of service-oriented mission for their life. We're working very closely with the local military installations to try to find those guys who are getting out of the military, those guys and gals who are getting out and they don't know what they're going to do with the rest of your life. And our message to them is, you didn't peak at 22, right? You may never be that cool again, right? But just because you take the uniform off doesn't mean you're going to stop leading people. It's fine to decompress after service, but you have to snap out of it, because eventually that turns into isolation, and that's not good for anybody, right? So we talked earlier about you have to find a new tribe and you have to find a new purpose, and that's what we're trying to do with our local veterans in the area, is help them find those two things, because it gets real lonely and you start to wonder, if you're ever going to do anything else cool with your life. And we're trying to tell them, like, hey, pick up your Guidon and lead. You've got all this leadership ability. It doesn't matter what MOS you were in the military, what your occupation was. You were taught how to be a leader. So let's use those leadership abilities and go find a new cause in your community, pick up your Guidon and lead.
Amazing. Amazing. What huge impact that is for both, the children that they're working with, as well as the veteran. I mean, that's amazing. I love it. I love it. If there are listeners who maybe, are veterans and they want to get involved, or if someone wants to join your gym, tell me all of the ways in which people can join your mission.
Sure. Well, first we gotta get better at our messaging, because I've had a couple of people tell me now, well, I want to come work out, or I'm looking for a new gym, but I'm not a veteran, or I'm not a first responder. And that's wonderful. Please come hang out with us, because we started this gym to be a place for veterans to go and find a new community and all that, but we have more middle-aged moms working with us than any other demographic, and we're very happy for that. We love that they feel comfortable with us and they love our gym, but that goes to say, like, we're open to anybody and everybody. We want everybody to come experience this. So to more directly answer your question, it was honorboundfit.com, guidonfoundation.com. We're on all the socials. Facebook, Instagram, all that. It's either Honor Bound Fit, no spaces, no periods, or Guidon Foundation, no spaces, no periods.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, I'm glad that you dispelled that myth, because I think that there are probably people that might feel a little intimidated, and so you're for everyone. So I really love that you said that.
We really are. We really are. We've got 13-year-olds and 63-year-olds working out with us, and we're very proud of it.
Amazing. Amazing. Well, Rich, thank you so much for joining me on the podcast today and sharing Honor Bound Fit with us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Thank you for listening to the Fredericksburg Neighbors Podcast. To nominate your favorite local businesses to be featured on the show, go to fxbgneighborspodcast.com.